There are 10 huge changes coming to food stamps in 2023 that you can't afford to miss. Whether you get benefits already or you're thinking about applying, here's what you need to know this year. First, let's talk about those emergency allotments. There are still dozens of states issuing these extra benefits every month, but the USDA is encouraging them to brace for the end of this program. So if you live in one of those states that are still issuing those benefits, you also need to brace yourself. We've been warned for over a year now that this program could come to an end soon, and frankly, it's still a miracle that it's happening at all. As soon as the federal government ends the public health declaration order at the federal level, those extra benefits are over no matter where you live. It doesn't matter what state you're in. The good news is that we should have about 90 days notice before that happens, because the federal government has promised to give states at least 60 days notice before they end the order, and then states will be able to issue one more month of extra benefits before dropping everyone back down to the normal pre-pandemic levels. If you started receiving food stamps during the pandemic, you really need to look at that paperwork or contact your caseworker to figure out what your actual regular amount will be. A lot of people have been receiving a lot more than they usually would, and some people think that's their normal amount, and it's usually not true. So you need to get the data so that you are prepared when the change happens. Second, immigrants will be able to get SNAP without worrying about the impact on their citizenship applications. This is a huge deal because for a long time, non-citizens who needed assistance with food fell into this legislative gray area where they could be denied citizenship. But a January 2022 memo from the USDA to state SNAP commissioners explained, many immigrant households may be concerned about applying for and accessing SNAP benefits because of confusion and fear about the consequences for their or their family's immigration statuses. That's because the Immigration and Nationality Act states that a non-citizen, who is likely at any time to become a public charge, is inadmissible to the United States and is ineligible to become a lawful permanent resident. In 2019, a new rule by DHS said that any past, current, or possible future use of SNAP benefits could affect a non-citizen's immigration status. However, the Department of Homeland Security has amended its regulations to state that receipt of SNAP benefits or other federal nutrition assistance benefits will not be considered when making a public charge determination. It doesn't count. This change is effective December 23rd, 2022. So if you are a non-citizen, your family can safely receive food assistance without jeopardizing your current or future immigration status. Third, they've changed how you report income changes. When you're receiving SNAP benefits, you're required to complete recertification paperwork at certain intervals. Many recipients are also required to report significant changes to their income that could impact their benefits, no matter when those changes happen during the year. In October, the USDA changed that threshold. Now you only have to report when your income increases by at least $125. This number is the same for all states and territories. There's an interesting asterisk in the document, though, that says that this only applies to households assigned to change reporting. According to Massachusetts Legal Help, the majority of SNAP households are on simplified reporting. This means that you do not have to report any changes most of the time. Able-bodied adults without dependents are the most likely to have to report those changes, but when in doubt, check your paperwork. Also, don't forget that you can report a decrease in your income at any time as well. When your income goes down or your expenses go up, it could make you eligible for more food stamps than you're currently getting. So you should report those changes right away so that you're always getting the right amount of benefits. Fourth, the maximum benefits have increased. You may remember this from our reporting in October, since that's typically when the annual COLA adjustments and everything like that are made. The maximum benefits are shown in the graph on screen. Most EBT recipients fall under the typical category, since that's the amount of the 48 contiguous states and Washington, D.C. In Alaska, there are actually 3 tiers of maximum benefits, depending on whether you live in an urban, rural 1, or rural 2 area. We've included the urban and rural 2 amounts here, since those are on both ends of the spectrum. Fifth, the minimum benefits have also increased. Many seniors and other low-income households receive the bare minimum in benefits, which is increased to $23 for 2023. Sixth, more people are eligible because the income limits have changed. The income limits have been adjusted for inflation, so if you weren't eligible before, you may be eligible now. If you or someone you know hasn't applied because you don't think you meet the income guidelines, please check out the new income limits. You may be surprised, and those extra food dollars can make a huge difference in your health and the health of your family. Even if you don't think it's worth it because you'll only get $23 or whatever, you really should consider applying. With an EBT card, you can get discounts on everything from Amazon Prime to zoo admission. We have all the details on that at lowincomerelief.com/EBT. Seventh, the asset limits have also been adjusted. The maximum asset limit for most households is now $2,750. If you have someone in your household who is disabled or at least 60 years old, then your maximum asset limit is $4,250. Eighth, the deductions and other requirements have also been adjusted. When the Food Stamps office calculates your income, they add it all together and then remove certain deductions for your housing costs and other expenses. These deductions can offset your income and help you qualify for even more food money than you would have normally received. Those deductions have also been adjusted for inflation, which can help you qualify for even more benefits. Ninth, states are being encouraged to prepare for the end of pandemic-era assistance programs. And we talked about this a little bit before, but the USDA has been issuing memos reminding states that once the federal PHE ends, it's game over for a lot of these extra waivers and extra benefits. In some of the recent memos, states have been reminded that they need to be prepared to stop the extra payments, restart recertification interviews, and stop the temporary exemptions for students as well. This is going to be a huge transition when this ends, both for those of you who rely on the program and those who administer it. Please be patient with your caseworkers through this process. It's not easy for them either. Many states are already wrestling with huge paperwork backlogs that are causing delays in benefit issuances. We talked about that in our video here at the start of the month. So please be patient with your local office. They are doing the best they can. 10th, more states are adopting ESAP applications for seniors and disabled adults. ESAP stands for Elderly Simplified Application Project, and it's designed to make it easier for seniors and those with disabilities to get and keep their food benefits. The ESAP application is shorter than normal, and it allows you to bypass a lot of that extra paperwork. Normally, people who apply with ESAP can enjoy their benefits for 3 years without being interrupted by recertification requirements, and that's because ESAP is exclusively reserved for people on fixed incomes or with long-term disabilities whose incomes are not likely to change. So if you think you might be eligible for this, please check out lowincomerelief.com/ESAP for details on if it's available in your area and how to use that application to keep your benefits longer. Of course, if you've got EBT, you need to check out our other video on 7 things you need to do right now to protect your benefits. I'll see you there.